Good morning. Thanks for joining me at Coffee with Corey. We're in the midst of another trip to Florida. This one's a little different than all the rest, and we're going to touch on that here in a few minutes. But as you can tell, I'm on the north side of Lido Key again, hanging out with my mermaid friends. They always make me smile, and I always look forward to sharing my time here with them, with all of you. We're going to touch on a topic today that I think, or I hope, that all of us can relate to from one side of the equation or the other, and that's parental pride. Taking that pride in what your children are accomplishing, it is a feeling really like nothing else that I've ever experienced. It's one thing to accomplish goals and be proud of what you are accomplishing, but when you see your children succeed, it's a whole nother level. And I will say this, as I've gone through that and experienced some of the things that we're going to chat about today, it's given me a new perspective on the pride that I know that my folks have expressed to me when I've had successes over the years. You know, sometimes as a kid, you're kind of rubbing your temples a little bit going, oh, don't cheer so loud at my ball games, or don't make a big deal out of this in front of my friends. But now that the shoe is on the other foot and I'm a parent and I've seen what my kids are able to accomplish, and it makes me so happy and thrilled for them. And again, that pride as a parent, it's allowed me to give my folks a little more grace as they cheer me on and celebrate my successes. So I want to touch on my kids, just a brief little snippet of all of them. Carson, he's endured and persevered, and and now owns his own business, successful business, and it's impressive. Your determination, man, is very impressive, and coupled with the fact that you've become an excellent husband and father, could not be more proud of you, man. Keep that rolling. Spencer, our second of the first group, there were periods of time where we weren't sure exactly where Spence was going, what he was going to do as he was coming through high school, and it was almost like that switch got flipped with Spence, and went to college, ended up graduating towards the top of his med school class, and has now been a physician in Sioux Falls for several years, and also a tremendous husband and father, and just so thrilled for everything that you continue to accomplish. Connor was the first child that I had the opportunity to really have a hand in raising. Connor, as we've probably talked about before, was 5 years old when Jossie and I first started dating, and so I've been there through it with Connor all the way along. And after college, he has moved around the country with different positions and jobs, and the confidence that it takes to continue to relocate and make new friends and forge new paths. I'm impressed with the travels that you've had, and now in this new role, now that you're back in Sioux Falls, we're so thrilled to have you back in Sioux Falls. But in this new role as a bonus dad for Hendrix, man, as you can well relate to, as I was in that role 25, 30 years ago, it warms my heart to see that, and I'm so very proud of you, man. Our two youngest, I gotta tell you a little something about Cassidy. It was interesting here, a month or two ago, we were needing some help at our office as a transaction coordinator, because we're kind of getting overloaded a little bit. And as Cassidy has worked some serving jobs here over the last couple of years, you know, she really enjoys that, enjoys connecting with people. But she did have some time during the day, so we brought her on to help with transaction coordination. But then, not 2 or 3 weeks later, we find out that Dawn's retiring. Nikki was able to land a position and was with another company and was going to be leaving our marketing sector. And Cassidy has assumed both of those roles now. She is now our full-time office manager, and she's handling all of our social media accounts. It's really a testament to you, Cass, how quick you're able to pick things up and just apply what you learn. It's impressive, and I'm very proud. Our youngest son, Pierce, who is on this trip with me, and we'll touch more on that here in a few minutes. But Pierce has that. Well, let's go into what Pierce did this summer. Pierce worked on our building team, and he hadn't done a lot of those things before. Well, in fact, pretty much none of the items that he was working on this summer had he done before. And through the tremendous mentorship of Jeff, our contractor for the Experience Builders, he was able to learn a lot of new things. But more so than that, and this is what I really wanted to touch on, as Jeff sent me a note the other day after Pierce's last day, because he's getting ready to go back to college. He said, you know, Pierce was green, in Jeff's words. Pierce was green, but he fit in with our team so very well. And that's the item that I wanted to mention about Pierce, is that his sense of being able to connect with people is a superpower. Reminds me of another guy that I'm going to mention here in a minute. But your sense of community, Pierce, I love that about you, and I know you're going to continue pushing that forward, and I'm excited to see where that leads you in life. You guys can tell I'm getting a little bit choked up. We're going to wrap today with a tribute to my friend Dale. Some of you, well, most all of you have heard me reference my good friend Tim Scott, who really helped me build my business and just has been a tremendous friend, and is now battling through FTD, dementia at an early age. That's really robbed his personality and a lot of his ability to function. But one of the many blessings that Tim Scott gave to me was introducing me to his family. And his parents, Pam and Dale, have been friends of mine as well. And possibly a lot of you guys are familiar with Dale's name, because he's been a huge supporter of Coffee with Kory, comments almost every week after we have coffee together. And after we had coffee together last Saturday, he sent me a text message. It was a picture of Dale and their youngest son, Brad, who love riding motorcycles. That's what really fuels passion for them. And he sent me a text last Saturday and said, Brad and I are going out on the open road and we're heading east. And I fired him a message back and I said, well, I look forward to some pretty cool pictures from that trip. Unfortunately, it didn't go that way. Dale tragically died in a motorcycle accident on Monday of this week, and it is obviously a huge shock and very, very trying time for Dale's family and for all of us that know and love him. So I just want to ask everybody here, hold the Scott family in your heart and in your prayers, and we'll, through that love and perseverance, I know they'll be able to lean back on all of the happy memories and everything that Dale created for their family, and just keep going on. So this is this episode of Coffee with Kory is for you, Dale, and for the entire Scott family. I've valued you so much through the years, and will continue to do so. My phone's always on. You can reach out to me anytime. All right, guys, that's a wrap here in Florida, and I'm so thrilled that you joined me, and I hope to see you again next week at Coffee with Kory.